The life of Kimimaro. Kimimaro was the sole survivor of the Kaguya Clan. Upon dedicating his life to Orochimaru, he became the leader of the formerly named Sound 5, Otokakure no Shinobi Goninshu, literally meaning Hidden Sound Shinobi 5 people, until he fell ill. Welcome to Anime Extra. In today's video, we're going over the life of Kimimaro. Before we begin, we publish new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Background. Kimimaro was born into the Kaguya Clan as a rare holder of the clan's Kekkei Genkai, Shikosumayaku, which allows its users to manipulate their bone structure as a weapon. This caused his own murder and battle-loving clan to fear him, and they kept him locked away for most of his young life, releasing him to fight only when needed. The Kaguya clan was wiped out when they attacked Kirikakure, apparently only to kill and show off their ferocity. Having underestimated their opponents, they were completely wiped out with only Kimimaro as the sole survivor. Wandering soon after, Kimimaro was eventually found by Orochimaru and recruited as one of his most loyal ninja. Under Orochimaru, Kimimaro found new purpose, and he desired to ensure the continuation of his master's dreams. Soon after, Kimimaro met Jugo, a berserker whom Kimimaro felt a kindred spirit with. This bond would remain intact until his death. Kimimaro's friendship with Jugo led to the events that resulted with him being branded by the cursed seal that Orochimaru developed from his research on Jugo. Kimimaro talked into being experimented on in hopes that it would help him. With his newfound powers, Kimimaro defeated all 4 members of the Sound 4 single-handedly to be induced into the renamed Sound 5. However, he was affected by an unknown disease and destroyed what little worth he was to Orochimaru. Kabuki Yakushi attempted to cure him, but failed due to his unique body and lack of medical information on his clan. Kimimaro was left bedridden and was unable to participate in the Kono Crush. In the anime, it was shown that Kimimaro acted as a herald to shinobi clans in the Land of Sound in order for them to swear loyalty to Orochimaru, such as the Fuma clan. Kimimaro tried to ignore his disease despite coughing blood on one occasion. However, while participating in the assassination of the 4th Kazekage and his bodyguards, his disease fully manifested and was sent back to Otokakure to be placed by Kabuto in intense medical care to keep him alive for as long as possible. Hearing that his failing health had caused him to be of no use to Orochimaru, Kimimaro began crying silently on losing his purpose. Personality. Kimimaro was a calm and quiet individual, dedicating himself to being of use to others. He was gentle and kind, and this is reinforced by how empathetic and kind he was to Jugo, being one of the few people able to keep Jugo from losing control over himself. Kimimaro developed a strong devotion towards Orochimaru, bordering on religious zeal or considering him a father figure. He had the notion that serving Orochimaru in any way was his only purpose. Orochimaru may have lost interest in him after he wasn't of use, but he proved to be extremely dangerous to the likes of Naruto, Uzumaki, Rock Lee, and Gaara, with Gaara comparing his eyes to that of Sasuke. Despite the verbal disrespect and overestimating his opponents, he differed from his 4 colleagues in 3 ways. Having a sense of humor in battle, example being he allows Lee to take his medicine. He didn't have faults that would hamper his progress. He rarely showed any emotion other than surprise, except in moments relating to his ideals. For example, when Gaara's insulting of his faith in Orochimaru caused him to become enraged before his death, or when he sadly discovered his usefulness to Orochimaru was lost forever. Appearance. Kimimaro was a male shinobi with pale skin, shoulder-length white hair, and green eyes. He had 2 red dots on his forehead, which members of his clan possessed. His attire consisted of a light lavender, loose-fitting, long-sleeved zip-up shirt, black pants cut off around mid-calf, bandages wrapped around his ankles, traditional shinobi sandals, and a purple rope-like belt tied in an inverted bow around his waist. His curse seal appeared at the base of his throat. Abilities. Kimimaro was noted by Orochimaru and Kabuto to be one of the most powerful from the Kaguya clan. His combat skills far outclassed the Sound 4, and was the only person before Sasuke who could control Jugo without much effort. Even in near death, he could frighten the normally arrogant Toyuya and battle Naruto, Lee, and Gaara consecutively without actually being defeated by them. After his incarnation too, he slaughtered many enemies. In the anime, we see that he surrounds himself with white smoke powerful enough to repel enemies. Kimimaro's body structure was unique in the way that he could manipulate his skeletal structure as a means of combat. Specifically, it allowed him to manipulate his osteoblast and osteoclast cells, which are responsible for building or breaking down bone tissue. In his own words, his bones were stronger than tempered steel. This gave him a variety of abilities, including avoiding being buried and crushed under compressed sand. However, the downside of this ability is that because of its rarity, it was difficult to study and provide medical treatment for his terminal illness. Kimimaro was well suited for close-range combat fighting, demonstrating tremendous taijutsu skills combined with equally impressive speed, agility, and dexterity. Kimimaro combined his shikotsumyaku and taijutsu capabilities to form many deadly dances, wielding his bone sword with great skills to deflect shuriken and stab with such speed he can create alter images to confuse his opponents before delivering a killing strike. He also possesses immense determination, endurance, and strength, where even when his body failed him, he managed to force himself and his body through sheer willpower. Kimimaro bore the Cursed Seal of Earth, said to be equal in power to the Cursed Seal of Heaven, and both seals are said to be the strongest amongst the ones used by Orochimaru. Kimimaro mastered the use of the seal, where he could partially transform himself into a dinosaur, like in level 2. The Cursed Seal also increased his physical strength and healing ability. Appearance and Missions. Part 1. Sasuke Recovery Mission. In the anime, Kimimaro took it upon himself to bring Sasuke to Orochimaru as his replacement. As Kimimaro covered Sasuke's return toward Otokakure, he had to fight Naruto, Rock Lee, and Gaara. He initially defeated Naruto and Rock Lee quite easily, but had some trouble when Lee used his Drunken Fist, confusing Kimimaro with his unusual movement. Kimimaro then activated the first stage of his Cursed Seal to overpower Lee, almost killing him with his bones. It was there that Gaara came in to rescue Lee, and there was an epic battle between the two. Kimimaro had a tough time fighting Gaara's incredible sand attacks. Gaara had a unique power wherein he only needed some sand to make more of it, and he used this power effectively to protect himself with the armor of sand and entomb Kimimaro. Kimimaro used his Cursed Seal of Earth to escape being buried under Gaara's sand. We also see how Kimimaro was enraged when Gaara insulted Kimimaro's loyalty to Orochimaru, where he used one of his dances to turn the battlefield into a forest of bones. Gaara and Rock Lee nearly died that day, only escaping by hanging onto a small cloud of sand. Kimimaro ultimately succumbed to his illness mid-fight against Gaara. Kimimaro had earlier acknowledged that Gaara was a far tougher opponent than Rock Lee and Naruto, and he had underestimated him. Part 2. Fourth Shinobi World War. Confrontation. In the anime, Kimimaro is reincarnated by Kabuto Yakushi to fight against the allied shinobi forces. While pursuing the retreating opposition, Kimimaro contemplated how Orochimaru's chakra, via Kabuto, now flows within him while having resolved to complete his assigned goals. Kimimaro attacks the enemy with his Shikotsu Miyaku with great success. Kimimaro is then involved in a final battle with Naruto's shadow clone. He is assaulted by Naruto's wind release, Rasen Shuriken, though he manages to jump out of its range before being hit. In the climax, we see how Kimimaro's soul ascends from his deconstructing body to return to the afterlife. This is in the midst of the battle as he continued fighting the Alliance members. Legacy. Kimimaro inspired Jugo to follow Sasuke by joining his group and followed his orders without question. When Kabuto reincarnated Kimimaro for the Fourth Shinobi World War, he also assimilated Kimimaro's DNA along with the rest of the Sound Five as part of his quest to find himself. By using Sakon and Ukon Kekkei Genkai, Kabuto could manifest a construct of Kimimaro with access to his Shikotsumyaku Kekkei Genkai. Did you enjoy our video? Make sure to check out these other great videos from Anime Extra, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified about our latest videos.